Hello, everybody. Drew here for Drew Entertainment, back with episode number 30 of Breaking Rocks here on YouTube.com. I need to turn the volume up over here so that you're heard eventually here. But as it is, on today's episode, you guys see the title. We're obviously going to be talking about some of the shit that Star Wars official Twitter account has been saying to people. Also, we're going to be going over a few other things. Valheim coming to Xbox in 2023. Todd Howard teases Fallout 5. Obviously, like I said, the official Star Wars Twitter account is into bullying people on social media, and we'll get into that. And there's an update to NCAA college football video game. Finally, after a year of maybe hearing that might happen, well, now there's more information about that now, which we can get into as well. But as it is, joining me is my younger brother, Desert Nord. Hey, bro.
Hey there.
And hopefully joining us will be Joshy. What's the update on his status? Anything yet?
I didn't get a reply.
Does not surprise me. Because he did say he was going to lay down, yeah. If he winds up joining us, then he'll wind up joining us. Hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, I'll start by saying this before we get into the main topic that we're going to talk about first, which is the shit that Star Wars is getting into on Twitter. But a future update for Breaking Rocks here. Going forward, starting next week, we're going to try to look at what the closed caption thinks we were saying, for example, on this stream, next week, and make fun of it if it claims that we were saying some weird shit at this point. Anything you want to add to that, Nord, before we get to the Star Wars Twitter shit?
Well, like I explained before, the closed captioning on YouTube is actually quite hit or miss. And often there's comedy there. But it does its best. It's really hard when more than one person is talking. Like I said before, like if two people are having a conversation and they're sort of like stepping on each other a little bit, the closed caption just cannot handle that.
Yeah. But on that note, Star Wars shouldn't get political, right, Nord?
Yeah, optimally no. I mean, it's not that it's not a political thing. It has a political narrative in and of itself. But that political narrative is not supposed to be today relevant. You see today's people in the story. You know, you're fighting for justice in the narrative of the story that you're watching in the film onto television. It's not like that. It's not supposed to be that topical. It is supposed to be a generalist narrative. It is supposed to be a non-activist narrative. Because by the time George Lucas wrote the original Star Wars, he wasn't like on the battlefield in World War II fighting the Nazis. Like, making fun of Nazis was standard. Okay, not controversial.
Mm-hmm.
It still should be, but, the difference is that they currently, the writers, think everyone is actually a Nazi. Still, today.
But if I remember correctly, George said at Star Wars Celebration at one point, he didn't actually say political. I believe he said something along the lines of infusing Star Wars with mythological and psychological motifs.
The word you're looking for is archetypical.
Thank you for confusing any future viewers of this.
No, that's
when they watch us back later.
That's the word for what George was doing. His story that he wrote is archetypical. That is what it is. It's not political.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the modern day political in comparison, but
Yeah,
as it is,
it's not. They would say, "Oh yeah, it's political." See, I see the political, messaging behind it. It's like, no, those are not political messages. Those are archetypal messages.
hmm but as it is, one thing that should not be done is when you're the Star Wars Twitter account, when when someone says to you, "Star Wars shouldn't be political," how do you make sense of this reply as making sense to say in return? For example, if someone were to say to me, please stop making Breaking Rocks political," and if I were to say to them, "Welcome to the rebellion," they weren't talking
stop
about rebelling
making
about
stop
anything.
making Breaking Rocks political. The whole basis is political.
The whole basis is to make fun of political bullshit.
And well, in all honesty, it's a reactionary thing, of course, but
Yeah,
it's a thing that says, look, they're trying to make rocks heroes, and we're over here breaking those rocks that don't deserve to be heroes,
like
those rocks with no merit.
like that rock from the High Republic, uh,
Sure.
whatever the fuck its name was, Geode, I think. As I was saying before the controller turned off, I believe it was called Geode.
Sure, it is, yeah. Which is the
So
most unclever name ever.
yeah, you're just ripping off Pokemon with Geodude at that point.
Well, yeah, or you're just looking at a dictionary at what a rock is in Latin. I'm just saying.
But the reply on Twitter from the official Star Wars Twitter account to whomever asked for Star Wars to not be political, the reply was something along the lines of, "Trans people existing is not political,
Sure, sure.
and Star
They like to.
Wars is in our name." Well, they didn't
See,
say
I disagree.
they weren't asking about anything about that. They just
I
don't want Star Wars
actually
to be political.
disagree. I actually disagree on that. In the basic sense, they're not wrong, but in the general sense, the fact that it's on television, popular, common, or at least made to seem common, and needing to be normalized, all of those things are political. All of those aspects are political. Obviously, no one is saying, that anytime a minority is mentioned, whatever that minority group might be, that it's automatically political. No one's saying that. But if what you're saying is that minority group, wherever they are beyond criticism, beyond reproach, beyond debate, and are to be nothing but loved, complimented, and coddled, then it's political right there. That's the person making it political.
Yeah, which it's all the activists at Lucasfilm and Disney at this point. Because all we want is just good storytelling, which has nothing to do with politics whatsoever.
I mean, like, literally, no one would even be offended if there happened to be a Star Wars character that was that way. The problem is that they make them that way as a statement to the audience. And that's all there is to their character. It's the, oh my god, they're trans or whatever. And that's what you're supposed to notice. And that's all that makes them a hero in the writer's mind. That's the problem.
Uh-huh. But with that, the Star Wars Twitter account also tweeted out something along the lines of, "There are many of us," basically implying that Disney Star Wars fans would come after anyone who doesn't like whatever in Star Wars. And the dogpiling then began, and a number of decent people have deleted their Twitter accounts because of it. So, so that's why I wrote in the description of this stream, and basically in the title, that Disney and Lucasfilm support bullying, because that's exactly what's going on here. It's okay when they do it. Twitter allows when they do it, but if someone like us were to do it to a Disney Star Wars fan, we get thrown off the fucking platform instantly. One-sided bullshit comes to mind at that point from me. Nord?
Yeah, well, of course. Double standard is what it's called.
Yeah. One-sided bullshit also works too. But as it is, congratulations, Disney. You've reached a new fucking low here. With the idiots running your social media account on the Star Wars account.
They think that the way to improve, I guess, audience engagement is to go after people who are critical of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Let's good luck with that, because the problem you have is people not liking you. So, going on their going on their Twitter and adding them and saying how horrible you think they are as a person, not really gonna change their mind, is it?
Yeah. Well, for me, Star Wars basically died with The Last Jedi. And now with the Obi-Wan series, we're getting Last Jedi Part 2, effectively, with the divisiveness of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like this round with Obi-Wan is even worse than The Last Jedi, because at least they were shitting on fans through mainstream media back then. Now they're just doing it directly on social media themselves through the official Star Wars account.
And it's never really an actual debate about what the show is like or what decisions have been made. It's always, if you have any problems with it, you're a horrible person. It's like, can we address the actual writing problems? Can we make this better, maybe? Every one of the people who is supposedly, just a horrible, toxic hater, according to Disney and Star Wars, would just like them to write a better story. How hard is that? Is it too much to ask?
Apparently it is. But as it is...
not have Obi-Wan running away from Vader. Is that too much to ask?
Yep. It is...
Not have this meeting between them in the first place in the show anyway.
It certainly is too much to ask for Obi-Wan to be Obi-Wan and not Jake Kenobi. But as it is...
Yeah, and again, we could get into everything wrong with the show so far.
Yeah, but we've done that already, and that's more Joshy's thing anyway, who isn't here at the moment.
Yeah. Well, most of what we got into was the F word with him, but his rage about it doesn't explain the exact problems with the writing. He's just angry.
Yeah. But as it is, ultimately, Star Wars was dead before this with the Star Wars Twitter account, and it's even more dead after.
Yeah, it's really hard to even watch it anymore.
I've said on this channel many times, I will say it again, until Star Wars is out of Disney's hands, I don't give a fuck about modern Star Wars. And that's just the way it is. But speaking of new announcements, Todd Howard did an interview recently with IGN and effectively teased Fallout 5. What about Elder Scrolls fucking 6, Todd? Your own creation, Bethesda? Your first new IP before Starfield? Just saying.
That's how they roll.
Yeah. Let's get Starfield out, then Elder Scrolls, then we can talk about Fallout, because there's already been 2 Fallout games before the last real release of an Elder Scrolls game, and I'm not counting the many ports of Skyrim, which it wouldn't surprise me tomorrow to hear that they're porting Skyrim to our buttholes at this point. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to buy a small disc and shove it in your anus.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately,
how you will play it is by farting.
it's like Todd got it in his head that Skyrim was like literally his child, and I say literally, as in he's going to treat it like he needs to promote it, send it to college, and feed it, you know, cradle it, put it in a little, swaddling cloth, and hug it and hold it and tell everybody it's the greatest thing in his life. And, it's like that's what he's doing with Skyrim, and he's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And it's a video game, Todd.
But yeah. But your thoughts on them teasing Fallout 5 at this point?
Well, yeah. I really hope that they just stop with Fallout, honestly, because
for a while at least.
I kind of don't know what's left. What's left? Is there any meat left on that bone?
Going to another country across the ocean?
Yeah, which would change what exactly?
I wouldn't mind
the scenery.
Yeah.
That got old with Assassin's Creed faster than anything.
True.
They're not going to have success with Fallout doing that.
But
by the time the Assassin's Creed, by the time Assassin's Creed decided to start doing that, it was already over. They already had started failing.
But I know a lot of Fallout fans that would love to see like a Fallout set in London or in Russia.
Sure, and there's novelty to that, but again, it's not gamer novelty; it's artistic novelty.
Or, if you really want to get weird, go make a Fallout set in Ireland and meet like Kate from Fallout 4's Descendants or something. I don't know.
Look, there's obviously going to be ways for them to make a game out of it. It's just that, could and should are two different things.
Yeah. But as it is, yeah, I'm more interested in when Starfield comes out than Elder Scrolls 6. I don't want to hear about Fallout 5 at all anytime soon.
Yeah.
But speaking,
it's just like it needs to relax.
But as it is,
they used to give fans a bunch of years in between so that they could really savor a game and then say, okay, now we're moving on to the next one. Get ready, everybody, get excited, and people would because there's a reason to. But if they're literally just like jamming 25 different, DLCs and different titles of the same series down your throat at once, you just go, I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah. However, recently announced that the Bethesda Xbox Extended Showcase, whatever the thing it was on Tuesday, which was largely interviews with developers and publishers and employees working on the games and whatnot. But they effectively kicked off with revealing something, and that's Valheim, which is in early access on Steam still, but it's getting a full release in 2023. And also when it does, it's also coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass at launch. So we got something else to play on the fucking channel on Twitch, Nord.
Yeah, possibly.
I remember watching Calman Moza and others try to play it, I think on Calman's channel, and it was like watching the Three Stooges trying to survive. So I imagine with Yumi and Joshi, it'd be about the same thing. It's just the B team of the Three Stooges. So instead of Mo, Larry, and Curly, it's whoever replaced Chump and Curly. What the hell was his name?
There's Mo, Larry, Curly, and Chimp.
Yeah, that was the original. But then there was a guy that replaced them.
I forgot. But But anyway, yeah. Valheim is a kind of a, to my knowledge anyway, more of like a builder type game.
It's a survival builder, gather supplies,
Yeah.
build. You like
Yeah,
build shit to survive, like a shelter and whatnot. Try not to get eaten by the zombies. And
Yeah.
and you can also eat the zombies if you chop them up too for food.
yeah.
Which sounds tasty, doesn't it, folks? Anyway.
Yeah. Sounds horrifying.
Oh wait, now I remember. I think he was playing it with Lethal Lightning and and Cowman.
Yeah, the streams I've seen of it are from ads. So
Yeah, I was watching the guys that I play games with playing it.
and most everything I've
laughing.
seen him do on it was like building his fort, you know, building his whatever you want to call it, his little thing.
I remember Lethal Lightning. I believe it was on his channel that I was watching, and he was just trying to cook a leg, but something kept happening to distract him away from cooking the leg that he was trying to eat.
Yeah.
And he just spent the whole time like, will someone just let me make my dinner?
Yeah. Well, that's the challenge with that game, you know. And when Az was playing, the part I remember the most was he was building a road, and it wasn't going all that well at first.
Yeah. Infrastructure is hard, Joe. Just ask the president.
Yes, well.
If he remembered the conversation, at least. But
But yes, Valheim is going to be an interesting release when it's finally
and it's in Game
ready
Pass.
to go.
Like I said, we'll be able to play it because you, me, and Joshy all subscribe to that. So
yeah, we still got to play Rubber Bandits.
Yeah, we do. Which we gotta talk about it still.
Yeah.
And when we'll actually do it. Hopefully next weekend, but we have to talk about it first. But as it is. Let's see here. I only got one thing left, and that's talking about EA and college football. Do you have anything that you want to bring up?
Well, I would bring up the since we mentioned El Presidente, the bicycle incident.
What happened now?
Well, it was at I guess it was a charity event, bike race type thing.
So it was a bike rally?
I'm not even sure exactly. But towards the end, after he sort of finished up doing whatever, he got kind of called over to a group of people who were supposedly supporters, I guess, or just enthusiastic, or they noticed him, or I don't know exactly what the deal is. But he rolled his bike over to them, pedaled his bike over to them, and as he was about to greet them, he fell off and hit the ground.
I'm surprised he can still walk, but...
And got back up, and apparently supposedly wasn't hurt. We'll see how that turns out when his slow metabolism kicks in.
I was just thinking of a name of Joe Biden's biker gang.
No, there'll be memes, believe me. The memes are coming.
Well, I can think of one for biker gang for Joe Biden. The old senile fuck. Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Hang on. Because you've heard of Hell's Angels, right?
Of course.
Well, in this case, Hell's senile old fucks.
Yeah. Well, those are always motorcycles, whereas this was a regular push bike pedal situation.
So we'll remove the word hell and replace it with Biden. So Biden senile old fucks. It's It's just a bunch of old, washed up Washington politicians biking down the street going, "Aren't we awesome on our socialist bikes?" Anyway.
The biker Biden memes are coming, and they're going to be just as glorious as everything else.
I want to see a meme on the internet with Biden falling off his bike getting RKO'd by Randy Orton.
Oh.
RKO out of nowhere on the president to match the fact that Donald Trump, when he appeared for WWE, actually really took a Stone Cold Stunner from Stone Cold Steve Austin at the time.
Yeah.
So I would love to see another wrestler hit their move on a president. In this case, Biden getting RKO'd into oblivion. But anyway.
Uh-huh.
But on that note, let's get back on the bike and talk about this. NCAA football is apparently going to be coming back next year in video game form.
And I always liked that game.
Yeah, 14 was the best, and it was also the last one we got. Wish I still had it for PS3, but I traded in trying to find a 360 version, never did, and I'm not spending $200 for it. But I can tell you this. If I see, for whatever retailer or whatever, a physical copy for my Xbox Series X, NCAA Football 23 or whatever, I'm damn sure pre-ordering the son of a bitch. If I'm able to at that point, considering what I'm going to be doing next year. And that's moving to Arizona. So we'll see how things go next year. So. But on that note, let's see. What are the notes that I have on the situation? Oh, July 2023 for it. So about a year, so a little over a year from now, according to the reports.
Yeah.
And made by EA, which is no surprise.
Yeah, they're the only one with the license, to my knowledge.
Yeah. But,
so, of course.
But also according to reports, supposedly this time they're trying to get access to the real names of the real players from college football this time. Because they're going to have to.
Yeah, it's some might say that's a nice touch or whatever, but
yeah,
like you just said, they have to.
Yeah, because now they're going to, the college players are going to have to get paid, so.
Yeah.
Which is only a good thing for their likenesses and whatnot. But again, being two guys who have enjoyed the college football games over the years, because what was the first college football game that we played? Was that 06?
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been a fan of the college football games since 2005 then, effectively, on the 360. When we first got our 360s, at least. Or was that the original Xbox?
The late 2010s period is really the peak to me.
Yeah.
And I don't think... I mean, I'd be surprised if they could top those.
Well, I think 14 was the best, but still.
Yeah.
And that's not just because that was the last one. That was when it came to the mechanics of the game itself, with the players and the tackling system, that was the most functional, tackling system in a football game.
Yeah. Although, I must say, I got keen to the mechanics of that game.
Yeah.
And I started basically breaking the game. I don't know if you know this, but I did save a screenshot. Actually, it was a photo. It was before you could actually even take a screenshot, of course.
Yeah.
I saved a phone photo of the screen of when I destroyed the number 2 in the BCS championship. And it wasn't close. It was the worst burial you could ever imagine.
What was the score?
Let me see if I can find a photo. I actually posted if I can find it. Let me see.
Anyway,
I'll post
but
it
yeah.
in our little chat.
But
I should still have it. I think I do.
as it is,
Yeah, I'll post it. Hold on. If you're able to check the chat here.
The live stream chat, you mean, here on YouTube?
Well, no, not the live stream. I can't post photos on YouTube. You know that.
Okay.
I'm talking about the text chat.
Oh, you're gonna text it to me, okay. But as it is, like I was saying, we're really excited for a new college football game next year. So, all in all, this stream, for the most part, was bad news and bullshit. But there was a couple of good things that we talked about, and all of it gaming related. Anything else you want to bring up before we?
Yeah. Did you see it in the chat yet?
I'm unlocking the phone right now to look.
Oh, okay.
80-31. I've seen worse.
No, I know, but that shouldn't happen in a really well ranked
I've done
BCS championship.
I've done 112-0 before in an
NCAA
football game.
No, I'm not talking about just in any game. This is the BCS championship. This was the two best teams in the college football world versus each other. It should never be like that.
Well,
it should never be like that.
That's fair. Let me look at the photo again because I want to know like what two teams were involved.
It's the Aggies and Georgia Tech.
Okay. So is Texas A&M and Georgia Tech, all right?
Yeah.
What version of NCAA was this?
Might have been 12.
Okay, so it was on the 360 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think my favorite NCAA football outside of 14 probably would have been 11.
Just the headline on that one, right? I always thought that was hilarious. That's why I saved that long ago.
What did it say again?
National spanking. Yeah.
Well. It's not their fault that the Washington Nationals get spanked all the time.
There's city spanking, there's town spanking, there's team spanking, and then there's national spanking. Yeah, this national spanking is the spanking you get from your mother when she's really mad at you.
Or it's a spanking that happens on OnlyFans, one of the two.
Well, that's not.
That's technically a national spanking, especially if someone getting spanked is wrapped up in an American flag.
Yeah.
And nothing else, anyway. But as it is, next week we're going to try to have some fun with what the closed caption of this stream was like for anyone using the closed caption. And are you going to be able to check that out and take some notes on that for next week, Nord?
Yeah, I could look at,
Yeah, so we can have some fun making fun of if anything weird that the closed caption claims that I or Desert Nord said. Even though we've said things like fuck, shit, and national spanking on this stream.
Oh yeah, Joshy's rants ought to be fun to watch on the closed caption. Yeah.
But that was from a previous thing, and we could probably do something with that at some point.
It's basically just going to be like, tapping its toe, waiting for itself to be able to write another word.
It's just waiting to type fuck again at that point.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't actually display curse words. Whenever it detects a curse word, it doesn't display it. So basically, it's going to be blank while
Josh is
yelling.
talking. Joshy will have broken YouTube like he breaks Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
But as it is, we love you, Joshy.
I was tempted to meme that up, right? But I didn't because
Yeah.
I don't make fun of friends. I make fun of family.
Yes, I'm aware.
I'm kidding. I make fun of everybody. It's just I didn't want to.
For the first time ever, you didn't want to. Anyway. But as it is, with that being said, like I said, next week we're going to try to limit things a little bit to like 3 segments within reason, unless a bunch of shit happens that we have to talk about. So, for example, whomever is going to be on the show is going to have a topic that they want to talk about, and that'll be that. And then we'll do the making fun of the closed caption from the previous stream from the previous week, i.e., this one next week. At that point. And that's going to kind of try to be the format going forward, so we're not here like for 2 fucking hours talking about random shit like we have in the past.
Yeah.
So that way I can have time to do like a Twitch stream on Sundays as well afterwards, instead of having to go to bed afterwards. But on that note, Nord, what are you going to be up to after this?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a waiting period because a couple of days ESO's got the new DLC. So I'm not really doing a lot with that just yet. But I will be doing a lot more when it does drop. So I'm basically waiting for ESO's new DLC on the 21st.
Coming out soon. It's the 19th, so I think, on Tuesday, there's something that drops here that I will be playing on Twitch after work on Tuesday. What the hell is it? Scorn comes out in a few this year. Oh, here it is. It's Shadowrun Dragonfall. Director's Cut drops on Tuesday, so I'll be playing that on Twitch. Scorn, let's take a look and see when that drops here on the store. So, yeah, this is the 21st for Shadowrun. Fuck Madden. I don't see Scorn here on the store, but it's installable from Game Pass, though. It's a bit odd. Let me search for it then. Okay, it won't even search for it on the store. That's a bit weird. What the fuck? Apparently something happened with the Xbox Live Network at that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because as soon as I went into the store, I did not hear you at all. Then I checked the party listing and there was nobody there. I'm like, well, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Scorn, I'm not sure when that's coming out, but on Tuesday, Shadowrun Dragon whatever comes out. So I'll be playing that on Twitch. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to maybe be live a little later on Twitch today. With what I don't know, but I'll try to do something. Otherwise, I'm gonna fidget with WWE 2K22 on the Series S after this for a little bit again, like I was earlier.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're playing what again here?
Oh, I'm currently playing Astroneer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing WWE 2K22 quite a bit lately with fidgeting with my character. As I was discussing with Joshi before we went live for this, he came up with an idea for me for a wrestling gimmick in 2K22, which is a cowboy like thing, but I kind of mixed it with a biker gimmick and a little bit of myself. So it's basically me trying to pretend to play a biker cowboy gimmick in a WWE game.
Well, that is a character that you haven't seen too often.
Uh-huh. It's
like what? Don't you think it would have been an obvious ploy for someone to especially in the 80s or 90s, for someone to have been like a Hell's Angels bikers themed wrestler? Like, don't you think that was kind of like a missed opportunity?
It's effectively a combination of American Badass Undertaker from 2002.
Yeah.
Combined with Hangman Adam Page from AEW, who's now the former AEW World Champion.
Yeah.
It's a combination of those two wrestlers, Hangman Adam Page and biker gimmick Undertaker, effectively. But I'm not riding a bike. I'm just walking to the ring like I usually do.
Yeah.
And flipping off the trolls in the process. Anyway. By ignoring them. But as it is, to those of you who will watch this after the fact, thank you for doing so. And do not forget, welcome to the rebellion. Railers are weird. Fuck Naughty Dog. Fuck EA. Outside of college football. Hopefully, at least, Honord.
Yeah.
And fuck Joe Biden. And as...
And I'll...
what's that?
I'll give Top Gun Maverick a gander. It's a good film.
I'll pick up the Blu-ray when it comes out in stores.
Yeah.
Because I have the Blu-ray for the first one that I still want to watch, because I remember watching it with Dad when we were younger on TV, not knowing what the hell I was watching at the time.
Well, sure, yeah.
All I knew it was some guy named Tom Cruise and flying around in a jet getting shot at. That's all I knew when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's right.
And that Dad liked it. So I liked it. Whatever it was, and it turned out to be Top Gun.
Yeah.
But as it is, yeah. Check out Top Gun. I say fuck Joe Biden. Door.
Yes. I would say let's go Brandon, yes.
Desert Door, apparently, says let's go Brandon. Fuck it.
God.
Fuck it. That's your name now. Desert Door.
Yes.
You are the door to the desert. As Dad used to say, you make a better door than a window.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, see ya.
As I end with not knowing how to speak English again. Bye, guys.